Okay, but we'll move on to a story which is making, it seems to be gaining traction, particularly amongst the press, but in an interesting way, because clearly the Daily Mail, who have very good royal sources, are leading on this today. And it is of interest. I think it will annoy a great many people who can't get over it. In fact, so many of you got online straight away going, no!
Is he all right upstairs?
In that sort of slow motion way. And it's because there is really big news that Prince Harry wants to come back in some way to the UK.
Wow.
And is beginning now to court advice from British advisors. In fact, as you were saying earlier, he apparently on WhatsApp has been getting hold of old friends who haven't heard from him in several years. But he's WhatsApping them, asking their advice, and apparently has either already taken on board a British PR company or is at least at the moment seeking advice to do that.
Good job!
In a way, to maybe very slowly rehabilitate himself and his image in the UK.
The question is that possible? Well, this major move is being branded as Operation Bring Harry In from the Cold, as he is allegedly growing dissatisfied from advice from American-based image experts.
Well, let's talk to the historian and author Martin Whittock, who joins us now. Martin, do you agree that actually it feels like we're being warmed up?
Let me put it in a language you can understand.
Yes, I think so. As you intimated just now, there's reports of them just not getting on well in the Californian exile. Reports of self-imposed exile, I should add. Reports of the couple having parted company with another American PR advisor. It seems this is the 10th staff member to have left the Sussexes in 3 months.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
In August, it was reported that their chief of staff had left after just 3 months. So clearly things are not working out in the USA for the Sussexes as they originally planned. And interestingly, there are also reports that the King has discussed the matter with faith leaders, showing that he is open to some kind of reconciliation.
Ha! Gay!
But boy, this is going to be quite an ask and quite a journey after the turmoil and hurt over the past 4 years. And it's difficult to see exactly what the plan would be, although there's talk of low-key royal duties, starting from maybe some very, very non-public facing things, but basically a steep mountain to climb to win hearts and minds back of the public, let alone within the royal family.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
There's talk that William, Prince of Wales, and Harry are both due to be in New York this September on separate ventures, both environmentally connected. So there may be some kind of low-key connection there.
Okay.
But this is going to be an extremely long journey back after all the Sussexes have said and done over the last 4 years. Not an easy ask to come in from the cold in this particular case, I'm afraid.
Is reconciliation possible, do you think, Martin, not only with his father, not only with his brother, but also with the British public? Because looking at our views today, lots of people emailing in just saying it's too little too late. He's made his bed now and he's got to lie in it.
Yeah, right.
I think you've identified 3 main areas there, and they are crucial. Addressing them one at a time, I think it would be possible to seek reconciliation with his father. It's clear that King Charles is deeply distressed, understandably, by this rift within the family.
Fact.
I could see reconciliation taking place there, if slowly. It's harder to envisage it happening with William, Prince of Wales, obviously I mustn't speak for him, because the wounds there have gone very, very deep, and the kind of things that Harry has claimed there will clearly have wounded his brother greatly. With regard to the British public, Well, that really is going to be, in some ways, the hardest ask of all, because from the enthusiasm which accompanied, in many quarters, the marriage of Harry and Meghan, what seemed like light years ago, don't they? Such a long time ago, the fall in popularity because of the actions of the Sussexes, I think more than any other factor, has been quite precipitous.
What do you mean by that?
And I think the idea of building that trust with the British public again is going to take a very, very, very long time indeed, if in fact those burnt bridges can be rebuilt. So the King, I think, yes, that's possible. I think it's going to be very difficult with William, but boy, it's going to be a very long journey with the British public, and it's going to take quite a lot of contrition, I think, on behalf of the Sussexes.
Are you serious?
I don't think it's just a question of coming back to low-scale duties and then slowly building them up again. I think people will be looking for some acceptance of responsibility on their part for the state that they've come to. But faith leaders will no doubt have told the King that reconciliation is to be sought if possible, and I would agree with that if it's possible, but boy, what a journey.
Bruh, chill.
Yes, but you have to sort of conclude that maybe anything's possible when you look at the journey of Camilla, who is now Queen, and I know there are people watching right now who still don't accept her.
Yes, exactly.
And will never forgive her. But you probably have to accept that the majority of people do and have forgiven her. Mind you, she's never said a word, unlike Harry. But maybe Harry has begun to recognise that this will be a long, slow process, and he might as well start it now, because it may take over a decade.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
I think you make a very good point there, because Queen Camilla is really a lesson in reconciliation and in journey back from what would have been a very, very, very low point following the death of Princess Diana. But you also make the point there, and I think absolutely rightly so, that Queen Camilla has been extremely discreet. She has not gone public. She's not claimed other people are to blame for this. And obviously Harry has been very vociferous, as has Meghan, which is why I think there will need to be at some stage in this journey, and I stress a long journey if it's to happen at all,
I don't like where this is going.
some significant degree of contrition from the Sussexes. Basically, in spiritual terms, repentance comes before restoration, and I think we must not forget that R, repentance, as well as the other R, restoration.
Stop it. Get some help.
I just can't see how it's going to happen, because I can understand Harry coming back, because I think, bottom line, don't we still have some sort of love for him? But I can't see Meghan ever saying sorry. Can you?
Women.
And that, I think you're absolutely right, because basically there are a number of what you might call walls that have been constructed on this road to recovery. And that will be, in many ways, the highest wall of all, and probably the most difficult one for the Sussexes to surmount. Yes, that's rather difficult to imagine, isn't it? But I think unless that kind of thing happens, this is not going to work at all.